those three things, public education, early triage, and family aid for families who need that financial help, falls under an overarching family solution system, which is different from the family court. Hello, my name's Helen Adam, and I'm a family mediator and former family solicitor. I've been working with separating families for well over 30 years. In the recent Ministry of Justice consultation about what families need when they separate, I and others called for a dedicated family solution system, separate to, but alongside the current family court. At the moment, political responsibility for families who separate is given to the Ministry of Justice, and they run the family court. And that's important and necessary for the families who need protection and who need to go to the family court. But there are lots of families who separate, and there are tens of thousands of children every year whose parents separate, but who don't need the protection of the family court. And the question is, what is there for them? At the moment, there's nothing really. Everybody knows that the family court is there, but nobody wants to go to the family court. And so people are a bit lost. We think there's three things needed. First of all, some really clear information for parents and also for young people, so that everybody understands what the law expects when parents separate. For most families, certainly the arrangements for their children, they're not legal issues, they're family issues, and they're based around family relationships, and some clear guidelines would be really helpful. It also means that families wouldn't be turning to expensive professionals to find out what they ought to know already. So number one is professional support. Number two, to put in place an early triage system so that early on families can meet a trained family separation expert who can assess the needs and then point the family in the right direction. Some people will need to go to the family court, but other people will need other types of help. They might need a separated parent program, which might be really helpful, or a couple of sessions of counselling. They may need to give their teenager the opportunity to be consulted when decisions are made which affect them. There's different types of support. They may need some legal advice, particularly around finances, if they're property owners or there are finances to be addressed. So families need different types of advice, and the early triage would be that place. The third thing which we say is needed is for those who are not financially able to pay for their own support. Instead of putting in place legal aid, we think there should be family aid. Now, legal aid is one dimension where parents see separate lawyers and they get given advice against each other without meeting the other parent, and they don't represent the child. So we have real concerns about legal aid as the overarching response to family separation. Instead, family aid would look at the whole family and their needs, and it would encompass access to 1 or 2 counselling sessions for each parent, attendance at a separated parent programme, the opportunity for children or young people to be consulted, and mutual legal advice, which is not polarising and does not set the parents against each other, and is based on the solicitor meeting both clients separately and giving mutual legal advice. Now, if family aid were available to those who needed that financial support, then we would see a very different trajectory and people wouldn't be turning up in court. Issues would be getting resolved. So all of those three things, public education, early triage, and family aid for families who need that financial help, falls under an overarching family solution system, which is different from the family court, there for those who need protection.